Hello everyone, today I'm going to analyze the screenplay structure in Gone Girl. This movie generally follows Sid Field's classic three-act structure, one of the most foundational screenwriting theories in film studies, which helps shape its unique audience manipulation effect. This film, directed by David Fincher, Gone Girl is a psychological thriller that constantly changes the audience's understanding of the story. The film opens with Nick gently touching Amy's head and asking, "What are you thinking?" This scene immediately captures the audience's attention because it feels both intimate and uncomfortable at the same time. Although Nick and Amy appear to be a happy couple, there's already a sense that something is wrong beneath the surface. As an opening hook, this scene encourages viewers to keep watching because they want to understand the true nature of their relationship. It also introduces one of the film's main themes, the difference between appearance and reality. Shortly afterwards, Amy suddenly disappears. This is the inciting incident that launches the entire story. Her disappearance transforms the film from a relationship drama into a mysterious thriller. As the investigation begins, Nick becomes the main suspect. The screenplay carefully limits the information available to audience, creating uncertainty and suspense because viewers only see fragments of the truth. They are encouraged to suspect Nick and question what really happened to Amy. This event drives the narrative forward and creates the central mystery of the film. As the investigation continues, Nick gradually discovers that Amy has carefully planned her disappearance and is intentionally framing him from her murder. This functions as a major turning point in the story. At this stage, Nick can no longer remain passive. He is forced to actively fight back and clear his name. This stake becomes much higher because his reputation, freedom, and future are now at risk. This moment marks the point of no return, where both Nick and audience realize that the situation is far more complicated than it first appeared. One of the most important moments in Gone Girl is the midpoint reveal. The audience discovers that Amy is actually alive and has orchestrated everything herself. This revelation completely changes the direction of the film. Before this moment, the story functions as a murder mystery. After the reveal, it becomes a psychological thriller focused on manipulation and control. This midpoint is particularly effective because it forces viewers to reconsider everything they believed earlier in the film. Amy is no longer a victim. Instead, she becomes the most powerful character in the story. Unlike many mystery films that reveal the truth at the end, Gone Girl reveals its biggest secret halfway through the narrative, keeping the second half fresh and unpredictable. The shift changes the audience's main question from what happened to Amy to what will Amy do next, keeping the second half of the film engaging and unpredictable. As Amy attempts to escape and start a new life, her plan begins to fall apart. She is robbed by strangers and loses the money she had prepared for herself. For the first time, Amy loses control of the situation and finds herself vulnerable. Later, Nick discovers that Amy has returned and manipulated events once again. When Amy announces that she is pregnant, Nick realizes he may never be able to escape from her. This crisis presents the point where both characters feel trapped. The tension reaches its highest level because there seems to be no clear solution to either of them. The climax occurs when Amy murders Nancy and returns home covered in blood. Even though the audience knows the truth, the public immediately accepts Amy's version of events. She successfully presents herself as a victim and gains sympathy from the media and the society. The movement presents the ultimate success of Amy's manipulation. The climax is powerful because it demonstrates that controlling a narrative can be more powerful than telling the truth. Amy wins not through physical strength, but through her ability to shape how others perceive reality. At the end of the film, Nick chooses to stay with Amy despite knowing exactly who she is. The final scenes mirrors the opening scenes, with Nick once again touching Amy's head. This creates a cyclical structure that brings the story full circle. However, the meaning of the scene has completely changed. At the beginning, the audience does not understand the relationship. By the end, viewers understand the manipulation, fear, and resentment hidden beneath the surface, rather than offering justice or happy ending. The film leaves the audience feeling uncomfortable and unsettled. The resolution reinforces the film's themes of control, performance, and toxic relationships. So its opening hook, inciting incident, turning points, midpoint reveal, crisis climax, and the resolution. The film keeps viewers engaged and continuously challenges their understanding of the truth. Thank you for your listening.